Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask, Heidi. It is Friday, May 31st. This month is done.
Isn't that
How
nuts?
did that happen, man? We're getting so old.
So bizarre.
We say that a lot lately.
I know, but it just seems like it's always like you blink and another one's gone.
Yeah, get ready. It's going to be like, Halloween pretty soon. It's the 31st of May. It's National Autonomous Vehicle Day, National Macaroon Day, Meditation Day, Save Your Hearing Day. Yeah, you don't know what you got till it's gone on that deal. National Smile Day. I think everybody should smile a little more. No Tobacco Day, Web Designer Day, World Parrot Day, National Heat Awareness Day, and What You Think Upon Grows Day. Other stuff as well, but that's all we're going to get to on this list. You can see the entire list if you want. It's in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com. And I am so excited to visit with my guest today. If I say the name Scott Valentine, do you know who that is?
No.
If I say Mallory.
Okay.
Yeah. So he was Nick on Family Ties.
He was.
He's done a bunch of other stuff as well, but my wife and I love the TV show Family Ties. And I got to nerd out a little bit talking to Michael Gross a while back. And I'm so excited to visit with Scott Valentine. He's part of a new streaming service. We're going to chat all about that. And it's kind of giving some independent content creators a platform to put things out on.
Nice.
Anyway, I'm excited to visit with him about the project. It sounds really cool. We'll chat with Scott Valentine coming up.
Whether you have a credit card now and need a better credit card, or if you don't even have a credit card but you'd like to get a good one, we would love to help at bettercreditcards.com. We offer a variety of credit card options to fit your needs. Whether you want a card to give you cash back or points and perks, or a credit card to help you build your credit, we can help you find a good fit for you at bettercreditcards.com.
Give yourself a little credit
At bettercreditcards.com.
bettercreditcards.com.
Now, surveys and studies and such brought to you by bettercreditcards.com. It's definitely important to learn from our mistakes, right, Heidi?
Of course.
But according to a new study of failure, even the most dedicated surgeons at some point stop benefiting from the knowledge that comes from their mistakes. Awkwardly, especially when you're a surgeon, researchers discovered 307 surgeons performing coronary artery surgery over a 16-year period. Initially, as expected, surgeons' performance improved when they experienced a little boo-boo from a failure. Each time a patient was lost, it provided valuable information that they could use in the future. But the problem was there's a tipping point where the learning effects kind of tapered off and eventually kind of reversed. That means the surgeons who had a high number of failures...
yeah, if you keep making mistakes, your confidence is going to waver a bit.
And they ended up getting worse, not better.
Yeah.
Researchers think that this may be because repeated failures they take an emotional toll and a psychological toll, and failures accumulate. As that happens, these negative emotions start to drown out the motivation to learn. So, and we're talking about surgeons, but that's in all of us. If there's something that you've tried and you failed, and you've tried and you failed, they say at a certain point, you're going to walk into it expecting to fail. Jeez. So change your mind before that happens and go, I'm going to succeed today. All right.
That's
surveys.
a terrifying thought when you're talking about a surgeon.
Yeah. Surveys and studies and such brought to you by bettercreditcards.com.
So how do you like these gas prices? Not great, huh? How would you like to save money every time you get gas? I've been using this app for a few years and it's amazing. You can find out more at radiosavings.com. When I first heard about it, I didn't think we'd have this in our area, but they seem to have stuff all over the place. You can sign up for free and try it for yourself. They have savings on gas, but on many other things too, like restaurants and convenience stores. Try it for free at radiosavings.com. That's radiosavings.com.
Did you know? Brought to you by GenesisGoldIRA.com. Heidi, did you know that some breeds of cat are called puppy cats?
I did not.
They are bred specifically to exhibit dog-like behaviors.
Yeah.
So if you're a cat person and a dog person and you can't decide which one to be,
just get a puppy cat.
you can just get a puppy cat. Yeah. We once had a kitty dog. I don't know if that's the thing, but we had a dog that kind of thought she was a cat. She would just kind of stay hidden all the time, especially when people would come to our house. Most people didn't know we had two dogs back then because we had one dog that was like a people person. Another one would just hide. People are here. Yep, I'm gone. I'm hiding back here. So apparently that is a thing. Don't know everything, but now we know this. Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by RadioSavings.com. Britney Spears says she was robbed at her home. An Instagram video says she alleged that all of her jewelry was stolen. A clip shows her opening and closing jewelry boxes. It was mostly empty. She says, there's nothing. Well, there's a Mother Mary. I'm scared it's all gone. All my jewelry is gone. So she goes on in this video talking about all kinds of stuff. And then shortly afterwards, she appeared in good spirits, claiming that she, quote, dropped 12 sizes, end quote.
What?
So, yeah. And then she said in another video she wants a tongue piercing. So, and there's people who think she's
something
crazy.
a little wrong.
What? And social network star Jesse Eisenberg applied for Polish citizenship. Yeah,
Okay.
he did an interview. Apparently 9 months ago, he applied for it. He's waiting for the final sign-off, but he's planning to move to Poland, maybe.
Okay.
And he and his wife are eager to get to Poland. They have a connection there. They have a greater connection there than they do here, is what he's saying. So,
All right.
all
for him.
right. Big screen, little screen, brought to you by RadioSavings.com.
Do you have a mobile phone? How much do you pay every month? If that number is more than $15, it's time for a Mintervention. Mint Mobile makes it affordable and easy to switch. Get a new phone or bring your current phone. At Mintervention.com, you can see the current special offers from Mint Mobile, offering premium wireless for just $15 a month. That's far less than most people are paying, just $15 a month. Learn more now at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
Now your scoop of the day comes your way, courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com. In a recent study, they found that food seems to taste better when it is more expensive. Although, I don't know if I agree with that.
I totally disagree with that.
There have been a few times that we've had very expensive meals, and I was like, I can't wait to go get a cheeseburger.
And we've needed to go somewhere afterwards.
Yeah,
almost
and
every time.
It's never that the food is not good. I just don't have expensive taste.
Right.
And I like a portion bigger than the size of my thumbnail. So that's just me, I suppose.
Yeah.
And those who claim to know say that one of the growing wedding trends these days is to ban the use of cell phones during the wedding.
That's kind of just common sense.
Many
isn't
couples are said to be enforcing a no phone mandate at their wedding as a way of focusing the entire energy of the whole ceremony onto what's actually happening and the sacred moment of the actual wedding. Toronto-based photographer Jennifer Van Son says that way the couple can look out at their guests and see their actual faces and maybe a few tears of joy rather than a bunch of phone cameras staring back at them, because a lot of people are recording these things.
Okay.
But oddly, they say it isn't necessarily the screen-obsessed Zoomers who are ruining the fun by holding their phones up. They say it's the boomers who have become notorious for snapping grainy pictures that'll probably get posted on Facebook after the reception. And they say it's also the risk of ruining the professional photographs because there's photographers trying to take good photos and grandma standing in front of the bride and groom up close with a camera or in her phone. Anyway, they say that's part of the problem. They say younger generations are said to, quote, get phone etiquette in a way that older generations just don't get sometimes. I don't know about all that.
I don't know about that either, but that's okay. We'll go with that.
Well, and I could say, I definitely could see some of that. I was at a comedy event one time, and a person got up, and they walked right up to the stage, and they, like, reached up and snapped a photo of the person on stage, and I remember thinking, what is wrong with you, Heidi? Oh, did I just say your name? Do you remember that? Yeah, you remember that.
That wasn't me.
It was you.
That was drunk Heidi, and I
Scoop of the day
was not
comes
there.
your way, courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com.
Can your IRA or 401k stand up to the next financial crisis by allocating a percentage of your retirement into physical gold and silver with a tax-free rollover? You can diversify and safeguard your holdings from turbulent markets and economic downturns. Safeguard your assets with a tax-free rollover with a Genesis Gold IRA, the only IRA that can hold physical precious metals. Protect your retirement today with a simple phone call and receive your free gold and silver guide. Call 1-800-200-GOLD or visit genesisgoldira.com.
Thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show. Excited to visit with Scott Valentine. Scott has had a chance to work on multiple sides of the entertainment industry. Growing up, we watched him on Family Ties. I loved your character, Nick. So much fun. And now he's got a project that he's been working diligently on, Red Coral Universe, and it's a streaming service that kind of puts the creative people first. I love that.
That's our goal. Artists first, brother. First, I want to say thank you so much for allowing me on your show and into your world. Very appreciative. Many of your listeners, if they're old enough, will remember me from Family Ties. back in the day. And I went from acting to producing, and from producing to becoming an investment banker, and then still having a love for the creation of content and telling stories to a large audience. And when I met the gentleman who was my partner, Larry Maestrich, 2-time Academy Award winner, he produced the movie Sling Blade, and You Can Count on Me. Larry and I initially did not hit it off. We kind of sniffed each other like a couple of dogs in the yard, wondering if we could trust each other. And then we decided, well, he's not so bad. Let's do a deal together. And we did a deal together. It worked out well. Did another one that worked out well. And we said, let's form a company, and we formed Red Coral. But what we realized, that was in the late teens, and the business was changing, as you know, as we all know, going from broadcast to cable to streaming, and streaming was becoming more and more prominent and much more the go-to for folks to get their content. So we said, if we're going to live, we need to get our content up there. But as we got our content on other streaming services, we felt that they weren't being fair, that they weren't being just with sharing the profits. And instead of sitting around and crying like a couple of wankers, we said we need to form our own streaming service. And we need to not only give ourselves love and our content love, but other content makers. And that was the genesis of Red Coral. And now Red Coral, it took 4 years to get here, John. It was kind of crazy dealing with different coders and spending a lot of money and going, I don't know squat about coding. Larry doesn't know squat about coding. We're not technical guys. Somebody said they could deliver us A, B, and C, and they weren't even delivering A. So we finally got hooked up with the right technology company. After that happened, it took about 14 months to get all of the kinks worked out, and it finally is a smooth, well-oiled operating machine, and we've launched Red Coral Universe. It is available. You can get it through Roku. You can get it through Fire Stick. You can get it on just about every smart TV. We're available on all iOS devices. We're available on all Android devices. And, of course, we're available on the web at redcoraluniverse.com.
Now, you were saying it took 4 years, but think about those 4 years. 4 years ago in 2020, when COVID hit, there were movies. I remember doing an interview with somebody whose movie was in the theater, and then it was 1 week later, it was streaming. The entire world changed. The whole system changed. And not just movies. Back when I was a kid and watched Family Ties, I had to wait a whole week to see the next episode.
A whole week? There's kids right now that don't understand. We didn't get to binge back in the day, man. We'd watch it. And my daughter loves the show. We've got every episode on DVD, so this is before streaming was out. We bought all the episodes. And we could binge it then. But we were telling her, we're like, when we watch this, it took me a week to see what happened, So think about the changes during that 4 years where I know you're going, man, it took 4 years to make this happen, but the whole world changed around you. So I think what you guys did was amazing.
Well, it's just, and the whole business has just completely been turned on its head. And if you don't change, if you don't grow, if you're not willing to move with the tides, you're going to be left behind.
Absolutely. Again, Red Coral Universe is the streaming platform that we're talking about, and it's available on televisions and computers and phones and everywhere, and it's easy for people to find the content here. But what if there's somebody listening who is a content creator? They got a TV show, they got a movie, whatnot. Is it pretty easy for them to get content to you as well?
Very easy. If you go to the website, redcoraluniverse.com, you can send an email to us, and that email will be responded to expediently. I can't say if it's going to be 1 day or 2 days, but it will be responded, and we'll take a look at the content and see if we can get it up on the streaming service.
I love the fact that you're making it easier for people on both sides and bringing content creators together with people who are looking for fun stuff to watch. So thank you for doing what you're doing, Scott. I appreciate it.
John, thank you kindly for having me in your world. I hope you have a beautiful day.
Absolutely.
Hope you have a beautiful weekend, and tell Heidi next time we'd love to have her come and chat with us.
I agree completely.
Again, Scott Valentine has been our guest, and we've been talking about Red Coral Universe, and I'm going to make it really easy to find that information. I've got a link to Red Coral Universe in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com. Thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Friday.
Whether you have a credit card now and need a better credit card, or if you don't even have a credit card but you'd like to get a good one, we would love to help at bettercreditcards.com. We offer a variety of credit card options to fit your needs. Whether you want a card to give you cash back or points and perks, or a credit card to help you build your credit, we can help you find a good fit for you at bettercreditcards.com.
Give yourself a little credit
At bettercreditcards.com.
to bettercreditcards.com.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
The Chinese word for crisis is exactly the same as the Chinese word for opportunity. So they look at every crisis as an opportunity. Yeah. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
The most common given name in the world is believed to be Muhammad, with about 150 million men sharing that name.
Wow.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Mercury thermometers are useless in Antarctica because it's so cold that the mercury actually freezes there.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so don't bring one of those along. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Besides yellow and black, bees can also be red or green or blue. Can you imagine seeing a bee of those
I've never
colors?
seen a blue bee.
I wonder if their honey is the same color.
I don't know.
And our final fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Australia's tallest mountain and largest city are both named for men who never visited Australia.
Oh.
So, yeah, the mountain and the
weird.
city both are named after men who had never even been in the country. So that's kind of cool. Several fun facts. Now you know. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
So how do you like these gas prices? Not great, huh? How would you like to save money every time you get gas? I've been using this app for a few years and it's amazing. You can find out more at radiosavings.com. When I first heard about it, I didn't think we'd have this in our area, but they seem to have stuff all over the place. You can sign up for free and try it for yourself. They have savings on gas, but on many other things too, like restaurants and convenience stores. Try it for free at radiosavings.com. That's radiosavings.com.
Time now for the Mint Mobile question of the day. It comes your way courtesy of mintervention.com. Question for you, Heidi. Studies show that most people remember this more vividly than their first kiss. You're never going to guess this.
I have
their
no
first
idea.
car.
Oh,
I don't understand why that's not even... That shouldn't-
I totally disagree with that.
You remember your
one.
first kiss more than your first car?
Probably because my first car was nothing special. It was an Escort.
Oh, hey, my first kiss was from an Escort.
Be honest.
It wasn't.
It's a
I'm just
small
kidding.
world.
Mint Mobile question of the day comes your way, courtesy of mintervention.com.
Do you have a mobile phone? How much do you pay every month? If that number is more than $15, it's time for a Mintervention. Mint Mobile makes it affordable and easy to switch. Get a new phone or bring your current phone. At Mintervention.com, you can see the current special offers from Mint Mobile, offering premium wireless for just $15 a month. That's far less than most people are paying, just $15 a month. Learn more now at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
Time now for some weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. I got a story here from Calgary, Alberta, Canada.
Okay.
Guy had a little startup drug business going on outside a casino. Sales weren't as good as he had hoped. So what did he do? Well, he decided to advertise by handing out business cards with a small little baggie of
That's a
cocaine
great idea.
attached to the back of the card. It didn't take long before business picked up, but the police were the ones who caught wind of his operation since his phone number was right there on that business card. They were able to, easily track him down. And they found him in possession of 50 baggies of cocaine, a digital scale with drug residue, and $1,280 in cash. So apparently business picked up a little bit. They seized the box of business cards too, because they decided, you probably don't need to distribute these cards with the cocaine attached to them anymore.
Wow.
That is just not a smart thing to do. It's weird
No.
news, though. Brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
John and Heidi.
Time now for the list, brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. This was posted online, and I thought it was fascinating. They call it the Senior Circuit. Some of the oldest rock stars who are on tour this summer. We're going to start with the youngster, Nancy Wilson of Heart. She's 70.
Okay.
Yeah. Robin Zander of Cheap Trick and Pat Benatar are both 71. John Mellencamp and the Doobie Brothers, Michael McDonald, 72. Ann Wilson of Heart is 73. Joe Perry from Aerosmith, also 73. Billy Gibbons of ZZ Top and Bruce Springsteen, both 74. These are all people who are still out touring.
I love
Robert
that.
Plant and Billy Joel, 75. I'm going to skip to some of the more impressive ones. Let's get up to Rod Stewart is 79. Steve Miller, Roger Daltrey, Mick Jagger, and Keith Richards of the Rolling Stones are all 80.
Jeez.
Ringo Starr, Bob Dylan, and Mike Love of the Beach Boys are all 83. Meanwhile, these were just the rockers. They completely forgot Mr. Willie Nelson. He's 91, and he is on the road again.
cow.
Holy cow, indeed. That is the list brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com.
Can your IRA or 401k stand up to the next financial crisis? By allocating a percentage of your retirement into physical gold and silver with a tax-free rollover, you can diversify and safeguard your holdings from turbulent markets and economic downturns. Safeguard your assets with a tax-free rollover with a Genesis Gold IRA, the only IRA that can hold physical precious metals. Protect your retirement today with a simple phone call and receive your free gold and silver guide. Call 1-800-200-GOLD or visit genesisgoldira.com.
Time now for the quote of the day. It comes your way courtesy of radiosavings.com. Our quote today is from Don Harold, who said, "Work is the greatest thing in the world, so we should always save some of it for tomorrow."
I like that.
Oh, that's very good. You know what? There are too many days that I save way too much work for tomorrow. It's not that I don't want to get it done today. I just don't have time. I commit to way too many things, and I got to start saying no.
That is absolutely true.
Yeah. Quote of the day comes your way courtesy of radiosavings.com.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news, and I think this is good news. Comes your way courtesy of Genesis Gold, IRA.com. And I love this story. There's so many good news stories, but I think this is just a really fun good news story. A determined train clerk and a police officer find a woman's missing engagement ring.
Aww.
So a New York City woman was distressed to find out that, hey, my ring is gone. But she was relieved because of the diligent efforts of an MTA ticket clerk and a police officer that helped her recover the lost engagement ring on a train. This all unfolded at the Grand Central Station, where a ticket clerk encountered a woman in a state of panic. And that is when this woman said, hey, she was on the verge of tears. She said, I was looking through and I cannot find my engagement ring. It's on there somewhere. We were searching the whole train. Despite their search, it was nowhere to be found at Grand Central Station. Undeterred, a police officer and this ticket agent decided, you know what, we're going to do what we can. They determined that they're going to work on this and see what we can come up with. He said, as I was walking towards the last train car, I happened to look on the right side and I saw something shiny and glistening. It was a big ring. That is where they found it. Can you believe that? Officers quickly returned the precious item to the grateful owner the same exact day. So they'd gotten all of her information. She went on her way thinking, I'm never going to see this again.
Oh, poor thing.
Yeah. Have you ever lost a ring?
I don't think so. Well, I've lost a diamond from a ring before.
I lost a ring one time throwing a snowball. I threw a snowball and my ring, because my hands were cold and everything, so it was loose because my hands were wet from the snow. And I threw it. And as soon as I threw it, I saw the shine from the ring, like glistening in the street light.
Oh, you saw it flying.
Yeah. That's the only reason I ever found it, because if I hadn't seen it flying through the air, and I was even thinking, what the heck was that? And I looked down and go, oh, I'm missing a ring. Yeah, it was kind of scary. And I did find it. It took me a long time, and I did not have the help of a ticket agent or a police officer. All right, time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. Thank you so much for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Friday.